Hey guys, I'm Dave. I am the co-founder and CEO slash everything to Last Day Brewery or Beverage Company, Pandora Soda, and Bonsai Tea. It started off as a brewery because we were brewing beer, and eventually it evolved into almost a three-tier beverage company involving beer, soda, and tea. Right now our holding company is called Last Day Brewery, or beverage company, if you will, and then Pandora Soda, Bonsai Tea, and we actually don't have a name for the brewery. Well, it actually goes back to the capstone class in entrepreneurship, where I ran into Greg, my business partner, and I hadn't known him since actually ENTR 200 with Hank. And we decided to be in a group. We didn't know what business to start. We talked about it for several hours. And then afterwards, we went and grabbed a beer, and we talked about beer for 2 hours. And that happened a couple more times, and eventually we decided that we were going to start a brewery. It's all difficult, really. There's no easy part to it. It's all flying by the seat of your pants. I mean, I didn't really have that much startup experience before this, so every day is a learning experience. But I'd say the thing that will make the most difference in the beginning is when you actually commit to starting a business. Because if you don't have the commitment, you won't work on it. You're not an entrepreneur, then you're just an entrepreneur in your mind. So, commitment. Well, we brewed a lot of beer. My senior year, second semester, we brewed a lot of beer because, we're kind of still in the thought stage of it. We pitched the idea to various classes, almost all of the staff in Burton D. Morgan, in a couple competitions, and we probably went through about 6 or 7 business plans having to do with beer before we actually got to one that worked. Then we built a test brewery, which was over the course of a month. We started brewing quite a bit more, in more volume, with more industry controls, if you will, so we can brew consistently. And now we're looking for a location. As soon as we find a location, we'll get our permits, everything like that, because there's a lot of legal things. And yeah, there's a lot of things out there, and we're at the very tip of the iceberg. We'll have to look for funding. We're looking for the 3 F's, if you will. They're friends, family, and fools. Not really venture capital at this point. They won't be interested in a brewery. It'll be several years before they see any return on their money, if they do. I don't like having a boss, honestly, and I like to, multiple reasons, really. I want people to work for me. I don't want to have to really answer to anyone except for the people providing me my money to start. You can, if you want to get all theoretical with it, or that's not the right word. Anyway, you can make a change in the world. If you want to see a change in the world, if you're not just in it for the money, you can do it that way. Like some of my better friends are starting nonprofits, and they're doing a great job for the world, I guess, changing the world one business at a time. Short answer, I would have to say, not necessarily a person, but actually the capstone class in entrepreneurship. Actually, I made a decision somewhere in that class that I was actually going to start a business. Up until that point, I was kind of, I might start one, but in that class, through the exposure to various professionals, whether it be a VC or a lawyer, or let alone the teaching staff from Passageways and Natalie, and I took the trip to China as well, the study abroad trip, which was rewarding. Oh, it could be a long time. It probably from 6 months to a year before we're even operational. So I would forecast not from probably about 2 years from when we start operating, whatever that might be. Always working and never working is the thing that I always say. It's, I'm not sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day, but, if I'm not brewing beer and having a beer or reading a magazine or about beer, or I'm, reading about real estate, or I'm doing research about real estate. So it's a whole day thing. Because if you didn't enjoy it, it would be you work for 8 hours and you do something else. But, since this is what you're doing, it's kind of your life, you work all of it. It's a lifestyle. It really is. Probably it's not only about working for yourself, it's about having other people work for you. If you only work for yourself, you're going to work yourself to death. But, you have other people work for you. You can, some of the top Fortune 500 companies, they don't make their own product. Like Dell, for example, they don't make their own product. They design it and they have someone else manufacture it. And then they outsource their customer service. So it's like, okay, well, you have to have other people work for you. You can't do everything yourself. You're going to bottleneck your company, and it's just not going to grow as much as